Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Vivo V21e versus the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. And guys, on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G chipset with a 6GB of RAM, while the Vivo V21e is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor with 11GB of RAM, because we also have a 3GB extended RAM feature on this phone. On the back we have a quad cameras on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo V21e we have a triple cameras on the back. We have a 108 megapixel main camera on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo V21e we have a 64 megapixel main camera. So I am really excited to see that how is the Vivo V21e is stack up against the Redmi Note 10 Pro in apps opening speed as well as in the boot up test. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. And both phones is completely off. Now let's start off with the boot up test. Here we go. And the logo is here more faster on the Vivo V21e as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And guys, on both phones is running on Android 11. And guys, we have a MIUI version 12.5 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo V21e we have a FunTouch OS version 11.1. And guys, I have a 6GB of RAM variant of the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and as you can see that, and the Vivo V21e it is more faster when it comes to booting up. And now the Redmi Note 10 Pro it is also done, and you can see about 4 or 5 second difference between these two devices. And as you can see that, and both phones has a very different display. We have a Full HD AMOLED display with a 60Hz refresh rate on the Vivo V21, while on the Redmi Note 10 Pro we have a Full HD AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, and also we get a center punch hole on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo V21e we get a U-shaped notch, and the punch hole looks much better as compared to the U-shaped notch on the Vivo V21e. And guys, everything's closed up in the background, and you can see no application is running in the background. So now let's see phone dialer. That is a little bit more faster on the Vivo V21e. So next on the list is the settings on both phones, and that is more faster on the Vivo V21e. So now let's go to the display on both phones, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, which is not really available on the Vivo V21e. So that's a really disappointing. So now let's check out some more application. Let's see Amazon shopping, some more application, and that is more faster on the Vivo V21e as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels more smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Again, we have 120Hz as compared to normal 60Hz on the Vivo V21e. At least we get a 90Hz on this phone, but you can see that we get a 60Hz refresh rate. So now let's check out some games application. Like always, let's see Candy Crush Saga. Again, we have a Snapdragon 720G versus a Snapdragon 732G, exactly the same on both phones. Instagram, faster on the Vivo V21e. Let's see Pinout, and that is again exactly the same, and you can see. And guys, also on the spec sheet and the Snapdragon 720G and the Snapdragon 732G, it is very similar. Let's see Snapchat, faster on the Vivo V21e. Let's see Spotify, and faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Let's see Subway Surfer. Let's see Subway Surfer. Next game application, and you can see, and the punch hole looks much better as compared to the U-shaped notch. More faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Vivo, about 1 second difference there. Let's see Temper Run 2. Last game application we have in the speed test. Let's see Temper Run 2. Last game application we have in the speed test, and you can see very huge delay on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. But you can see that we have some issue on the Vivo V21, and Vivo V21e it is more faster there, as you can see. And the Redmi Note 10 Pro, Vivo is done, and the Redmi Note 10 Pro now it is also done. So now let's opening up the Twitter. Faster on the Vivo, and you can see Zedge, and that is more faster on the Vivo V21e as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So now let's see the scrolling. Again, more smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Again, we have 120Hz refresh rate. So last summer launching the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that who is going to be the fastest one. More faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Vivo V21e. And guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. I am using default Google Chrome on both phones. So now let's see wikipedia.org, and that is faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Vivo. So now let's see the scrolling. Yes, in the start I see little bit lag, but you can see that again more smoother on the Redmi. So now let's open this English, and again more faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now let's see the scrolling. Again much smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, but overall I have to say no lag whatsoever on both phones. And next on the list is the apple.com, and again more faster on the Redmi, and you can see more faster on the Redmi, little bit more faster there. So now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels again more smoother on the Redmi Note 10 Pro because we have 120Hz refresh rate. So now let's see RAM measurement on both phones. And guys, again we have 6GB of RAM on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo V21e we have a 11GB of RAM because we also have a 3GB extended RAM feature on this phone. Let's see phone dialer, no refresh. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, and no refresh again. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, again no refresh. Instagram, let's see Pinout. Let's see Snapchat, Spotify, Subway Surfer, and that card refresh on both phones. Let's see Temper 2, and that card refresh on the Vivo V21e. Let's see the Twitter, no refresh. Zedge, and that card refresh on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and you can see so far 2 applications it is refreshed on both phones. So last we are back to the internet browser, and that is not refreshed on both phones. So guys, overall I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and the Vivo V21e as well as the Redmi Note 10 Pro and both phones is perform very similar in the game app during time. In terms of the RAM wise, as you can see that, and both phones is perform very similar in the RAM management, despite having a 6GB of RAM on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, while on the Vivo we have a 11GB of RAM. So I hope the RAM management will fix with some software updates on the Vivo V21e. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Vivo V21e versus the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.